Hello, I'm Casey.
And I'm Fallon.
And this is
Render
the
the
Darkness. Ooh. That was new. All right, kicking it up a little bit. Adding some to it.
No, it's more like...
Oh. Yes, it was. All right, so today we are going to be covering my WTF case.
You changed your shirt awfully quick.
Yeah, I did. Fastest shirt changer in the South.
I'm only wearing this shirt again because we're recording twice and I didn't... my plan was like turn it around.
See, I live here and she doesn't, so I have clothes aplenty and she does not.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's just going to be black, and I just forgot because I was messing with my recording that I can no longer find. So.
Oh, yay. We're hoping to God we could find that sucker, because, man, it was a great one. You did a really good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wait, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so my WTF case is on something that's pretty well known, and it is the Bran Castle.
Ooh, it's how well known is it?
It's like Dracula well known, like the House of Dracula well known.
Oh, like Bram.
Yeah, like Bram Stoker's. Okay. But like, it's actually called the Bran Castle. Maybe it's not as well known as I thought. I'm going to take that one back.
That's why I was like, hey, I've never heard of it.
Backsies on that part.
Maybe once you get into it, maybe I'll be like, oh.
Uh-huh.
The name just didn't ring the bell.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe that's what it was. People know Dracula, but they don't know the castle.
Well, I just assumed it was Bram.
Well, that's
Bram,
that's the name of the guy who wrote
Bram Stoker's Castle.
It's pretty close though. It's like one letter difference. So since that is what I'm doing my case on, I thought it would be fun to give us a little fun fact about Romania, which, because I'm guessing Fallon does not know, that's where the castle is located.
I did not hide that in time. I showed the camera, then I'll pivot. Mama, that was the hardest thing.
I'm hiding this.
Yeah.
So, I'm probably going to say something wrong in this, but it's my fun fact anyway. I mean, the fun fact will be correct, but there's a word that I'm not sure I know how to pronounce. So if I don't pronounce it correctly, same excuse I always have, Arkansas.
That don't ever happen on our podcast.
I know. This may be the first. This may be the first time.
For shame.
Fun fact. The tallest wooden church in the world is located in Romania. I'll do my best to pronounce the town's name here. So bear with me. As I said a second ago, it is located in Sapanta Pera Maramureș in the northwestern part of Romania.
Where was it?
Sapanta Pera Maramureș in the northwestern part of Romania.
Okay, that sounds
I'm
good
not
to me.
saying that again.
I thought about asking you again.
The church is 257 feet tall.
Ooh.
And it has a 23-foot cross on top of it.
Oh, wow.
And I looked up pictures of it. If you have not seen the church, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. So if you haven't seen it, you should definitely look it up.
All right.
So this case kind of has like multiple cases wrapped into one. And so today we're going to be discussing multiple things. We're going to be discussing the history of the castle. We're going to be discussing its connection to Dracula. And we're going to talk about the ghosts that are believed to be haunting the castle.
Mm-hmm.
So little extra bonuses wrapped up in this one.
Yay.
So the castle is located in Bran, which is near Brasov, Transylvania, Romania. Initially, in 1211, a wooden fortress was built there intended to be a place for knights of the Teutonic Order to stay in and watch for approaching enemies. Unfortunately, the wooden fortress would be destroyed by Mongols in 1242.
Oh.
Fast forwarding to 1377, Louis I of Hungary, also known as Louis the Great or Louis the Hungarian, he served as king to Hungary, Croatia, and later Poland. He wanted a castle to be built in this location because it just was in the perfect location. It was like bordering two different towns. It was great for trade. It was great for seeing approaching enemies. Like there were a lot of benefits to the location of where this castle was to be built. And in order to get this done, what he would do was he would encourage the Saxons of Kronstadt to build it. And just to clarify here really quick, because all sources specified this that I looked into, so I feel like it's pretty important to specify. But the Saxons that we're referring to here are the German settlers, also called the Sachsen, not the English Saxon.
Okay.
Apparently, there's a difference. Obviously, English and German, that's a difference, but like Saxons, the order of Saxons was different.
Okay.
So, the castle was officially built and finished in 1388. And the castle, it wasn't just used as a place for King Louis to live. It was also used as a fort, like I said a second ago, it was used as a fortress of defense against the Ottoman Empire in the mid-1400s, and it became a place for goods transporting and a customs post for Transylvania and Wallachia, which is the town bordering Bran. And it's very important to the story, because we're going to be talking about more on the town in just a little bit.
Yep.
Sorry, we're using her phone to record, and a call came in, and it threw me off. Suspected spam. What? That never happens.
They're not supposed to be calling me this time.
I know. Damn it. Breaking schedules. So, lots of mercenaries and soldiers would go on to live in this castle. Judgment or assignment of who would lord or reign over the castle over the years, that was decided by the king. And whoever he chose was expected to return the honor given to them with the unwavering loyalty.
Okay.
There's a rich history to this castle, but we're going to travel to 1441 when Transylvania was raided by Turks, because this will bring us closely to the backstory of what you've all been waiting for. Drumroll. Dracula.
Woo!
A.K.A. Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
And his connection to the castle.
No.
I will go ahead and say, before I do this, that I am fully aware that there are some sources that where the historians say that there's no actual proof that Vlad ever physically lived in the castle. But we're going to set that aside, because there's also a shit ton of sources that say that he does. So I leaned more towards the one that say that he does, because I think it's more plausible to the case. And I think that it makes more sense to me that he did live there at one point or another.
Oh, we got that too. He lives
So that's the one I'm going with. I'm aware there's other sources that say otherwise. Don't come at me. So, when the Turks did invade, they were defeated in none other than Bran by a guy named John Hunyadi, or Hunyadi. Not sure how to say it, so I'm going to go with Hunyadi because it's funner. Who was that, you might ask? Well, he was the regent governor of Hungary, and he was the regent governor to the ruler of Transylvania. Come on, Fallon. I know you're begging to ask, but Casey, what's the connection to Vlad the Impaler?
Yeah, what?
All right, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you. Just loud.
The ruler at the time was none other than Vlad Dracula, who, or at least he was the Wallachian ruler. But yeah, remember that town, the one right next to Bran? Just in case you're confused, stay with me.
I'm trying.
Don't get behind. So,
It is me.
Vlad Dracula is the father of Vlad the Impaler. So, now we're going to fast forward to 1447. And good old John Hunyadi was at it again.
Right.
Only this time he killed Vlad Dracul and the oldest of his sons, Prince Macri, or Macria, however you say that. Vlad III, a.k.a. Vlad Dracula, or as he's better known, Vlad the Impaler. Let's talk about him a little bit.
Yeah.
He was a pretty interesting guy, we'll say. So Vlad and his brother Radu, which was his younger brother.
Say Radu?
Radu.
Radu.
Or Radu. R-A-D-U.
We play names in that because it's fun to be like, Radu, come here.
Actually, believe it or not, that was a pretty common name back then.
Really?
That was a pretty common name. Obviously, so was Vlad, but yeah. So they were Radu, the younger brother, and Vlad III. They were actually held hostage by the Ottoman Empire in 1442. I know I'm date hopping here, so just again, stick with me. It's important to the journey. And the goal of the Ottoman Empire in doing this was to gain Vlad Dracul's royalty. And it worked. Loyalty, not royalty.
Yeah,
loyalty.
I was like,
to gain his loyalty. And it worked.
Royalty.
I mean, technically it was kind of to get his royalty, which we'll find out later. So even though I misspoke, I wasn't technically wrong. So, but that's later. Back to 1447. Old Hunyadi invades Wallachia, kills Vlad and Macria, and embarks on a military campaign intent to go against the Ottoman Empire. After this happened, the Ottoman Empire actually elected Vlad III, aka Vlad the Impaler, to be ruler, and that didn't last very long because Hunyadi's persistence to put Vladislav II, side note, that's Vlad's second cousin,
Okay.
in Vlad's place. I know, it's really confusing, the names.
Yeah, I was following you for most of this until that point.
Yeah. That's his
I
cousin.
said that dude killed Vlad, and this Vlad, and Vlad.
Yeah,
and
now we have Vladislav
Yeah.
the second, so there's more than one of those.
Okay.
So anyway, he was successful in doing that in 1448.
Okay.
Now having a taste of being a ruler, Vlad felt like, and technically being the rightful placement to being the ruler, given his father and older brother were both killed, and he was next in line. So, anyway, he was actually they were actually killed by like the very man who now has given the spot away to his second cousin. So he wanted back in that ruler seat. So some serious family drama going on with the old Vlad clan here, it would seem, and it would seem as though old John Hunyadi knew exactly how to take advantage of it. After this happened, Vlad sought refuge with the Ottoman Empire. By 1449, Vlad would end up going to Moldavia, and after that, he traveled to Hungary, which proved to be a great choice for him. Hungary would end up having a falling out with the Wallachian ruler around 1456, Vlad's second cousin. So Vlad was, one might say, eager to take the opportunity to invade Wallachia, and he was being backed by Hungary. So Vlad would go on to kill his cousin, and after doing that, Vlad just kind of went on a spree for all political royals who were in Wallachia at the time. And his goal was to gain a stronger position, and he did. It's mostly because they were all dead. So when he was finished with what was actually called the Wallachian boyars, which were the political figures we just talked about, he next turned his focus on the Saxons of Transylvania. Again, the German Saxons, not the English, just to clarify. And he did this because they openly opposed him and supported his enemies or opponents, who were actually Vladislav II's brothers, Basarab and Don Leota, or Leota. That's spelled completely different. But, I mean, maybe that's how you say it. I don't know.
You just said it, so it just automatically was like...
Aw, rest in peace, really. Great actor. But anyway, this quickly escalated to a crusade of destroying anyone who opposed him. This is also the time frame that earned him his name, Vlad the Impaler. It's told that as the Saxons were captured by Vlad, they were taken to Wallachia and he had them impaled. And by 1460, it was declared that peace had been restored. But apparently, the Sultan of Ottoman, which was Mehmed II, thought Vlad owed him some kind of respect or admiration, and he demanded that he give it to him personally. In response to that...
What did he give him?
Well, not a good time. In response to that, Vlad captured the Sultan's two envoys and had them impaled. So in retaliation, after that, he went after Ottoman territory, where he would go on to kill thousands of Muslim Bulgarians and Turks. And they were all impaled, all of them. That was like his forte. That is how he did it. And in response to Vlad doing this, the Sultan would embark on a campaign to have Vlad replaced by Radu, Vlad's little brother. And this was around 1462-ish. Vlad attempted to seek help from the king of Hungary, Matthias Corvinus, but instead of helping... That's such a cool name, Corvinus. Anyway, instead of helping him, or Venus had him imprisoned, and Radu would go on to take over, but it was this whole turn of events that inspired Bram Stoker's Count Dracula. And for the record, this is literally the fastest rundown possible of a very small fraction of a part of Vlad's life. His life was crazy and a lot happened. An insane amount. So I highly recommend, if you don't know about his life, I recommend you read about it. It's a very interesting read. But that's not what this case is about. So let's keep moving forward in the timeline. Now we're going to jump more than 400 years to 1888. The castle was essentially abandoned, but once Transylvania transitioned to being a part of the greater part of Romania, the castle was gifted and given to Queen Maria of Romania. She had the castle restored, and she absolutely fell in love with this castle. She loved it so much that when she died in 1938, her heart, her actual heart, was kept in a castle's crypt in a silver box.
Ew.
Yeah. Her daughter, and I hope I say this right, Ileanz, Ileanz, So Princess Ileanz. She then built a hospital inside the castle in 1944 that she named after her mom. She called it the Hospital of the Queen's Heart.
Aww.
Yeah, no, it's very sweet, right?
It's
gross. It's a little gross, but it's really sweet. But the princess herself actually worked as a nurse within the hospital, and a large number of the patients were soldiers who were injured and when the Red Cross hospital was bombed by American aircrafts. After the royal family was forced to flee the country, the government took possession of the castle. The idea was to make the castle a museum, and after it was restored, they did. Around the late 2000s, the castle's ownership was given back to the rightful heirs of it, which was Archduke Dominic and Archduchess Maria Magdalena and Archduke. I said it right a second ago. Archduchessness. That ain't right. Archduchess. There we go. Elizabeth. Duke Dominic's sisters, more specifically. I know I'm not saying that right. Why did I put that in there? Wasn't such a tongue twister when I was rereading it as I was typing it. Anyways, I think it's the Archduke. Oh. I'm pretty sure it's Archduke and Archduchess. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. I googled it.
Yeah, because a guy is a duke and a woman is a duchess.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I said it right. I just said it really messed up.
It was weird.
But it was right. Fuck you very much. So anyway, this more specifically happened.
So I just want to point out, it wasn't that I was making fun of you for saying it incorrectly, because I cannot fairly judge that, because you've seen. But just the way you're did. We're gonna
watch it. They're like, did the video skip? What happened?
That's why
it did not skip. That was me struggling strongly to pronounce that word. Oh my god, I snorted. Oh, that's awful. Sorry. Yeah. Get out of your nose. Okay, so this more specifically happened on May 18th, 2009.
What?
I know I had to throw that date in as an homage to you. You're welcome. See, I did that very sweet thing right after you made fun of me. Look how nice I am.
Now people know my birthday and my name.
Well, you weren't born in 2009. So I don't know what year. Even though I'm pretty sure we actually said it a few episodes back.
I think we had the same conversation.
If you need our social security number, just give us a few episodes.
We'll probably come out.
Hilarious. Alright, so now that we're caught up to date in the timeline and we know all we need to know about Felon, let's talk about what will probably be her favorite part of the whole case, which is the ghosties thought to haunt the castle. Yay. She loves the ghosties. So I think that the two most well-known spirits are that of a monk and that of again, drumroll please, the White Lady, aka the Lady in White. What would a haunting be without one?
I don't think I would believe a ghost story if they're like,
what is this bizarre Lady in White phenomenon? Why is she everywhere? Is it the same one? Are there multiple Lady in Whites that exist of some plane that we know nothing about? Is there a plane filled with nothing but ladies in white that at night they just cross over in different parts of the world?
And there's like a bunch of little rifts, and she's like, watch this. Hi.
Oh, that would be rad. Oh man, we should do a short clip. You could be the Lady in White. They'd be like, she's very friendly. Alright, so just in case they are all different, let's talk about this Lady in White for a second. There's a couple different versions of what people believe her cause of death was, and there's a couple different versions of who people thought she was as a whole. But most people thought she is the spirit of a noblewoman who at one point lived in the castle. As for her different versions of theories of cause of death, one theory is that she was killed in the castle after being wrongfully accused of treason, and another belief is that she was betrayed by a lover, perhaps, that had her killed. So, according to legend, she wanders the hallways. She's, of course, in a white dress, and she carries a heavy feeling of sorrow around her. Some people claim to have also seen her in the courtyard and the chapel, and people claim sightings of her is almost always followed by a significant drop in temperature. And they also say you can smell like old parchment and lavender in the air when she gets close.
I don't need to go there.
No, don't. Little more information about Fallon. She's allergic to lavender. You need her hospital records? Hold on, they're coming. They're coming.
On June 7th, 1998.
Another famous ghost said to reside in the castle is that of a monk believed to have been buried alive in the walls.
Ooh.
There's been a lot of reports of people seeing him in the old chapel, in the corridors, and the hallways. They claim to hear footsteps echoing throughout the hall. Faint whispers have been reported, and it's often reported that people feel him brushing up against them. I did read one thing, one page article, whatever, where somebody had said that like there's certain points where if you get too close to the wall, like you can hear a man's voice.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, so that would be creepy. So then there's the spirit of Queen Mary herself. Some people believe she loved the castle so much that she never left, which I guess technically she didn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, she loved it enough to leave her heart there.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think the heart's still there. I don't know, but I doubt it. Like it wouldn't have survived. That was a long time ago. Maybe.
Unless
I don't know.
Preserved it somehow.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Not sure about that. I should have looked into that a little better, probably. But some people claim that they've been able to see her, like her full apparition, walking around, and a lot of people tend to blame things being mysteriously moved around on her. Because she was supposedly very particular about how she wanted the castle to be set up. So she doesn't like it when things get moved around.
Gotcha.
Then there's the pretty frequent reports of children laughing. There's a belief that at one point in the castle's history, there was a massacre that took place. And there were many children, unfortunately, in that massacre who lost their lives, which is where the children are believed to have come from. And people claim not only to hear their laughter, but they can hear them playing together in the garden, in the courtyards. And others have claimed to actually be able to see children running around and playing between the trees, only for them to vanish.
Oh, that's sad.
Other things reported in the castle are random gusts of wind, cold air spots, flickering lights, and the intense feeling of being watched or followed around the premises. Many, many paranormal investigators have visited the castle over the years, and more often than not, they actually do tend to catch things on their EVPs.
Oh, cool.
For those of you who don't know what that is, an EVP is an electronic voice phenomena, where most investigators will use that to try to catch sounds, voices, things of that nature when they are doing an investigation. And they have actually captured things such as whispering and crying inside the castle. And they've captured a lot of shadows throughout the castle as well. Yeah. And it's also believed that at one point throughout history that there was a torture chamber and dungeons, and there's also said to be secret tunnels located all throughout the premises. So, given its location and its history and the connection to Stoker, who, made Dracula in the castle, it definitely makes sense that the castle is attached to so much lore and awe. And I personally would love to go check that out someday.
Me too.
But yeah, that is my case on the Bran Castle in Romania.
That was really cool.
It was really cool. Also, another really cool thing, it doesn't have anything to do with my case. I mean, it does kind of, but not really, but I thought it was really cool. When I was researching this, I wanted to get as much information as I could, as close to the sources I could. I was able to go online and get a library card for the Romanian library.
Really?
I was.
Ooh.
I was able to do that online. I'm in America, and I was able to get a Romanian library card, which gave me access to all of the books all the digital books, obviously, that they have in their library.
That's
And then
really
they
cool.
have an incredible amount of digital books located there. So that is a really cool thing. I love that. I was fascinated that, the internet is used for so many things. It's awesome when you come across something like that where it's used for something good. It's giving people access to read and books and sources and history from across the world. That to me is incredible.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
believe it or
I have to do
not,
it myself.
yeah, some of the information that I got in this was from a book out of that library.
Oh, nice.
I know. I was fascinated that I was able to do that. That's really cool. So, anyway, that's my case.
That was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I've always been interested by him.
Yeah, I mean, I could do a whole nother case on him. I mean, obviously, if you listen to this one, you get the gist of who he is and what he does, which you can kind of get just by his name.
Yeah.
But man, the history and the life this guy had, just fascinating. And like endless. It seemed like there was endless information. So, I may do a case on him one day.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my case. And thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Well, good. And thanks for hanging out. And if you need to know anything else about Fallon, just ask. We'll tell you.
Yeah, sure.
We don't give a shit. I will give it all.
I'm not going to give you nothing.
Need her address?
I tried.
Hit me up. I'm kidding.
We gonna have problems.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She is kidding. Don't ask her.
Yeah, don't ask me for her address. I'm kidding. But other than that, if you want her link to our podcast, we'll give you that.
Yeah.
We'll give you any of the links to our podcast you want.
Or
And
TikTok.
our TikTok, yeah, Facebook.
Facebook. We're not related at all.
But anywho, thank you guys for joining us. We really, really, really do appreciate you guys who like and comment and share and repost and save our videos. And if you could, just hit that button. We'd appreciate it. Any support helps.
Face.
Push that button. Push that button. Anyway. I know, if y'all keep hearing like little clanks and stuff in the video, like I'm in my office, which is the roof of it is like 10 or whatever. Is that what it is? 10?
Yes.
Yeah. And I have a willow tree right outside my door, and so, right outside my window, I guess. Anyway, the point is that like a lot of squirrels like to run and jump around on the power lines and the tree, and they jump off the tree and they jump onto the roof. And they throw little acorns or whatever they're eating across it. Like, there's all kinds of funny noises. So if y'all hear that, they're very active today. We're gonna say it's the squirrels.
Yeah, we're just gonna say it's
Well, this is
for her
George.
benefit.
Yeah.
Could be George.
Could be George.
Could be.
George. But anyway, that's our time. Thank you guys for hanging out. Bye.